Alright, it is day 2. I am here in Stavanger, Norway.
The energy of place is real. The energy of place is real. You will feel the energy of a place the minute you step foot, the minute you get close to a parent. Does the soul desire to connect with my past life experiences by traveling to them?
The Venus nodes. The Venus node pairing. Is that crazy? Astrocartography is insane to me.
Good morning! I thought it would be so fun to do something a little different and vlog a week in my life, sailing aboard this cruise ship to the Norwegian fjords, talking about astrocartography, talking about parents, and just having you come along with me on my journey as I document and live this astrocartography journey in real time. There's something really special about like documentation and documenting your real life experiences and stories as you're doing it. So I thought this would be really fun. Let's start this vlog. Now, if you're new around here and you don't know about my incredible astrocartography newsletter where I send tons of free tips, resources, advice, and story times as I'm traveling around the world, giving you real life examples, definitely head over to my astrocartography newsletter. You'll get all this information for free in my email, and you can get this by getting my free astrocartography cheat sheet or guide, which you can get down below in the description. Click those links, sign up, you'll get it to your email, and then you'll get all of my free tips and resources over the coming weeks. This email newsletter is chock full with incredible information. Definitely not gonna wanna miss out on getting all that free advice that you can't find anywhere else. All right, let's get started with today's vlog. Hello from the middle of the ocean as I sail over to Norway. You guys are not gonna believe this. I'm currently sailing in the middle of the ocean on this cruise right now, the Celebrity Apex, and I noticed this morning, I was journaling with my coffee in the coffee shop this morning, and I got so inspired. This is so wild. I love how parens, or those latitude crossings that you see on your map, if you're using a professional software like Astro Gold or SolarFire, you'll see these lines going across your map. But these parens are so make it or break it, and they're so important when we're talking about place and understanding the story and also the energy of place. You can feel the energy of place just by flying over an area, taking a boat, taking a cruise, taking a ferry, going on a road trip, traveling by train. You feel these lines and these stories immediately. And a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think that you have to live somewhere for a while to activate that energy of that line. Oh, no, 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 not at all. You will immediately feel it. And let me tell you this really cool story time that happened it's happening right now because I'm literally going right over this paren at the moment. But ever since I got within orb of this paren a couple hours ago, I have noticed that all I've been wanting to do all morning is speak, write, empower, and motivate other people to create businesses where they can work from anywhere, live from anywhere, and also teach other people astrology. So this morning I was having coffee, I was journaling at the coffee shop downstairs, and I had this idea. As I was having coffee this morning, I was just lit up. I was so lit up by all these ideas of things that I want to talk about in the module. And I'm literally filming it right now. I had to stop my recording and just share this with you here on the vlog. I had to come straight to my room after having my coffee, getting my hair done. I had to come straight to my room to start filming this module because I feel so fired up about this. Guess what, paren? Guess what paren? Guess what latitude crossing? What latitude line I started coming within orb of a couple hours ago. The Mars-Mercury pairing. The Mars-Mercury pairing. I just think it's wild. I think it's fascinating how the pairings, you feel them immediately. And I felt this, it's such a cool story. I feel like this is gonna be its own separate YouTube video. It's about like all my story times that I've had in the world where I'm taking a road trip or I'm on a train and I've noticed that the energy shifts and I feel how my energy moves and shifts and is so fluid depending on where I'm going and when I'm traveling. And I think if you're living in one place all the time and you're always, you know, based at home or you're at home the majority of the time, that of course you have your moods and your emotions and the moon transits, right? Every 2.5 days it goes through a new sign. So we're always going to be experiencing shifts. But if you are someone like me where you're constantly traveling and you're always moving and you're a digital nomad and you work from anywhere, and so as you work from anywhere, you travel to all these different places, your energy shifts dramatically every day, because as you're moving, you're crossing different latitudes, you're crossing different parents. And it's amazing how I felt in Southampton yesterday on my moon Venus, which is like leisure, pleasure, self-indulgent. I just want to get a massage. I just want to go to the spa all day. I just want to enjoy and relax and read my book and sit on the top deck and no worries, be happy, right? Like it's so moon Venus, which is all about leisure and pleasure and enjoyment of life. But when I come to this Mars Mercury, I don't want to just relax on the top deck right now. I don't want to go to the spa. That Mars influence of action, of courage, of motivation, of fearlessness, of being your own warrior of your life and being a trailblazer and a leader. That is so Mars. It's also a bit aggressive. It can be a bit intense. It can be a bit fiery, but who's to say there's anything wrong with that, right? I've got my Mars in Aries. I am here for that fire. But having that combination of Mars with Mercury, which is speech, ideas, thoughts, voice, like I literally, when I was sitting down a couple hours ago, it was like all these ideas just came flooding in my mind. And I was like, oh my God, I want to inspire and motivate people. If you're someone that's a digital nomad like me, or you travel a lot, really paying attention to those latitude crossings, because this Mercury-Mars parent is fire. And literally all I've been wanting to do since I got close to this line is literally empower people. And that's literally what I'm doing. I'm like filming extra modules in my cabin because there's nothing else that I'd rather be doing than doing that right now. So Mercury-Mars. Okay, let's continue on with the vlog.
Hey friends, welcome back.
Changes to your habits, right?
Yep. Micro habits. In case you were wondering if Alex is here on board, of course he is. Can't do a cruise without him. He's right here. Alex and I just had an incredible business meeting talking about the future of the HWQ. Huh?
What's Q?
Oh, Q is quarters, right?
Okay.
Headquarters? HQ. HWHQ. We had an incredible meeting that talked about some future planning for the rest of 2024, finalizing some legal stuff. It's good being business partners, my love.
Oh, yes.
We work well together.
Great perks.
Fun fact, on our composite chart, we have the sun on the MC in our composite chart together. And also, our synastry is insane and so helpful. He helps me, I help him. Just like mutual symbiotic relationship here.
Great back and forth ideas.
Yeah, we always have ideas when we come together, always talking about cool ideas. I have like a vision, or I get the first idea, and then he helps me figure out like, okay, how are we actually gonna do that? How is the system actually gonna work to make that possible? That's him. I get the idea, and then he helps figure out like, this is the logistics of how it would work. I'm so grateful to you. Like, seriously, you, like, my business, I don't think would be as successful if it weren't for him.
I like being given problems to solve them.
Yeah, he's so good at problem solving.
As a kid, like, give me a Lego to put together some sort of thing that needs to be resolved.
So good. Yeah, here's our synastry chart if you want to see it. Ding. And also put the composite chart also here. Ding. So you can see. All right, let's go enjoy a beautiful day on the deck. Enjoy the sun.
Alright, it is day 2. I am here in Stavanger, Norway. I hope I'm saying that right. Stavanger, beautiful city in Norway. Currently in the fjords. Just took a boat out to these magnificent fjords and waterfalls. We even saw some goats coming down the mountain, which was so magical. The waterfalls are so beautiful here. But I am here on my Jupiter moon parent. But the Jupiter moon parent is always one of my happiest places I've ever been to in the world. I call Jupiter moon energy Disney princess energy because Jupiter moon is just so optimistic. It's so expansive, it's so hopeful, it's so faithful, it's so trusting. Jupiter, which represents trust, faith, belief. And the moon is your emotions, your heart, and that emotional sense of desire. Notice how in every main Disney movie, there's always the princess or the hero. It's about 2 or 3 songs into the movie where they have this song where they desire and they sing about their desires and what they wish for and what they want. That is so Jupiter moon energy. It's Disney princess energy. It's really lively, really fun. I always feel so good when I'm in this pocket of Norway, the Stavanger area. So I'm really excited to be back. Jupiter moon lines, I have never seen a single person not like them. They're incredibly happy, joyful, and many of my clients have even described them as lucky. So definitely check out your Jupiter moon parents on your map, those latitude lines. Let's continue on with the vlog.
Good morning. It is day 4 on this cruise. We just landed in this tiny little town. Hello, honey. Good morning. Look at this. This is our view. Slow morning this morning. I got into some active wear because we're going zip lining this morning. I'm excited to enjoy the day in this beautiful Norwegian small fjord town. I'll show you around. We'll go explore today. I'll show you the beauty and then we'll check out the parents. And by the way, do not forget, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Because I'm telling you, the YouTube algorithm, I've been a YouTuber for years. If you stop watching the videos, YouTube will just pretend like this channel doesn't exist. And that can't happen, obviously. So you definitely need to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. All right, let's get going. Some coffee. This cruise is so beautiful. The artwork, it's just so elegant, sophisticated. Seriously, one of the most beautiful ships. I mean, look at this beautiful piece of artwork right here. Oh my gosh, okay, going down, get coffee. Those apples. Look how cute this little town is. Look at this little heaven on earth right here. Little slice of paradise. Wow. And there's the cruise ship. Hello, Apex. First thing that comes to mind being here in Flom, I feel very irritable, which automatically makes me think I'm on a Mars-Moon pairing. Moon-Mars. Moon-Mars is irritable. All of my clients always describe it as irritable, tension-filled. You know, there's just an energy of lashing out, sulking, or just overall energetic confrontation and irritability with the Moon-Mars pairing. And I have been very irritable since I woke up this morning. And I had my coffee, I did my morning alignment, I did all the things that make me feel good, I journaled, I read. Nothing's really helping. And Moon-Mars definitely can be irritable. Moon-Mars is also very productive. Can be very good for getting work done. I have not looked at any of this area at all on my map in Norway, so I'm really curious to see what energy I have in this area, because I can tell you I definitely do not feel like I normally do. Now I will say one other thing I do know is the moon's in Pisces today. I do have Saturn in Pisces, and when the moon usually isn't in Pisces, I'm usually a bit more emotional, but gosh, this feels just different. It doesn't feel like usual when I have when the moon's in Pisces. So I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious. I love documenting this for you guys because I feel like the energy of place is real. The energy of place is real. You will feel the energy of a place the minute you step foot. The minute you get close to a parent, the minute you start getting closer and closer and inching your way towards an astrocartography line, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel that energy. And let me tell you, I'm not loving the energy here in Flom, Norway, in the fjords. Yesterday was different. Today is different. And I'm very curious to see what parent I have in this area. Very curious. We will look at that. And I have a theory that IC lines are places where you've had past lives. The IC represents the past, tradition, ancestry, lineage, and I have been called for the last 2 years to all my IC lines on my map. And I can't help but wonder, does the soul, not the ego, not Helena or whoever this human vessel that my soul is in, does the soul desire to connect with my past life experiences by traveling to them, by traveling to these IC lines? Because here in Norway, and I felt this last summer, I came out to Norway last summer, I feel this deep resonance and connection with the land here, you know, with nature, the mountains, the trees, the beauty. It is so deep in my bones. It feels so resonant. I am on my Venus IC line. I was just telling Alex how I want to keep coming back to Norway every summer. Look at that freaking waterfall. Oh my God. I want to keep coming back to Norway every summer to this Venus IC line and explore all the parents, all the fjords. Every year I want to come back and explore more of this land because it's incredible. I would love to live here in my older age. Look at that little troll. Oh my goodness. Alex just said that there's a Hygge cafe across the way, so we're going. Definitely not missing this. Oh my God, it is so good. It is so good. You're so right. exceptionally tasteful, delicious. I don't say that usually about cruises, but the food on Celebrity, Apex, the X line, the new line of cruises, very, very good.
All right, I am back here in Versailles, France, back home, back in my apartment, and I wanted to cross-reference some of the experiences and overall the energetics of how I felt when I was in certain latitudes using those Perrin lines, and cross-reference that with where I was on this map. So one of the things that really stuck out to me was when I was on that Mercury-Mars Perrin, I had this sudden desire to record like 6 YouTube videos, all on like motivational thinking or self-empowerment and self-improvement. And I just felt really convicted and passionate and kind of like in my power to express my thoughts on things. And I just find that really interesting. As you can see here, I was in Hamburg, Germany, just above Hamburg, Germany, when I was on the cruise at that point, and that was the Mercury-Mars Perrin, so very interesting. Okay, let's pull out the trusty Solar Fire. And if you ever want to get my favorite astrocartography software, you can get Solar Fire for 15% off by using my code WOODS15 at checkout, and it is #1, hands down, the best astrocartography software I can find out there. I've used Astro Gold, I have Astro Gold too, but honestly Solar Fire is the best if you're talking about astrocartography. Solar Fire has all the bells and whistles. You literally can't miss anything on this map. You have everything you could possibly need. Now I want to talk about some of these other places because there was a place that I didn't love so much. Let's talk about it. Flom, Norway. Now Flom, Norway was beautiful and there was nothing wrong with the place at all, but I energetically did not feel good there. So I want to cross-reference this and see what the heck was going on, because I was guessing I had, at the time when I was in Flom, I mentioned to you guys in the vlog, I was guessing I was either on a Mars moon or a Saturn line or maybe a Uranus Chiron or something like that. Those are usually the parents I don't like as much. Let's see what I was on. Oh shit. Sorry if I cursed. Flom, Norway, way deep in the fjords. Guess what parents I was on, guys? This is insane. I did not look at this until now. This is the first time I'm pulling up all these destinations, all of them, and seeing what was here. Guess what parents I was on in Flom when I wasn't happy? Saturn, Uranus, and Uranus Chiron. I also have a Venus node there. What was happening when I was in Flom? I made a vlog sharing that story. I'll include it here if you want to watch it. But my husband and I went into a coffee shop, and in this coffee shop there were all these pictures of weddings and like people in bridal gowns and everything. And my husband and I, we've always talked about how we want to do a 10-year vow renewal somewhere in the mountain. We were thinking about either the Scottish Highlands or the Norwegian fjords. And when we walked into this coffee shop the other day in Flom, Norway, we saw all these wedding pictures, and we met a photographer, and there's a photographer that does elopements and vow renewals in the Norwegian fjords there. Exactly what I've envisioned like for years of what I want it to look like. We met the makeup artist and the hairdresser who does the bridal hair and makeup. And literally when we walked into this coffee shop, we decided we want to come back for our 10-year vow renewal and do it again, like an elopement in Flom. And look at this. The Venus nodes. The Venus node Perrin. Is that crazy? Astrocartography is insane to me. It is insane how accurate it is. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, about teaching this. It's because the Venus node is literally weddings, meeting the love of your life, vow renewal. The amount of clients, I've worked with over 2,000 clients over the years. The amount of vow renewals and wedding ceremonies that people have on Venus node lines, on those Perrins. And literally that's the spot where my husband and I decided a few weeks ago that's where we want to have our vow renewal, is in the fjords in that area on that Venus node. That's insane. If you want to watch the video where we talk about it and like we share the experience, go check this vlog right here. I'll include it on my main personal channel, Helena Woods. But this is insane. The Venus node. Wow. But then the other thing that I'm more iffy about is the Chiron Uranus. I always have a hard time on Chiron Uranus lines. That pairing is always off for me. I experienced this recently when I went on a road trip with Alex. We went up to Finland. We left Helsinki and we drove up to northern Finland, and I didn't look at the pairings. I didn't look at the map. I just wanted to experience neutrally, observe how I was feeling as we progressed. And as we got more north, after about an hour and a half into the drive, I hit this Uranus Chiron pairing, and I felt so off for about 3 days when we were in this beautiful cabin in the woods. It was a beautiful environment. We went boating. It was really fun. But I felt so, the Chiron Uranus is a weird one because it can represent feeling different or excluded or rejected for your authenticity, feeling like there's a sore spot or a sensitivity within you that's just not pleasant or not comfortable. And it can be kind of sudden, you know, Uranus's authenticity. But then also I have here this Saturn Uranus too. There's so much Saturn here. There's so much Saturn in Flam, and literally I mentioned to you guys in the vlog, I felt Saturn energy or Moon Mars. I was feeling one of the two and I wasn't sure which one it was. Pulling up this map for the first time here, look how that corresponds. It's just fascinating, isn't it? And also that Venus node story is just really interesting. Wow. Look at that. I felt so incredible in Geringer. Remember when I was there? I just felt so happy, so appreciative. And I filmed tons of videos when I was up in the mountains for YouTube on my other channel. This video here, I'll include it. That was the energy I was in when I was there. And look at this. In Geringer, I'm on a Sun Mercury, which is amazing for self-expression and leadership and expressing yourself through your words and like cerebral mercurial things, right? And then I have a Venus Neptune, which is like romance, appreciation, noticing the beauty. I literally saw a bird and started singing to it when I was here, and I was just marveling at everything, all the simple joys. That is so funny that that's a Venus Neptune. Let's see what are the details here. Yeah, Venus was rising and Neptune was on the upper, and then Sun was rising and Mercury was rising. So very much how I was feeling was that Sun Mercury rising on the ascendant. That is just so interesting, and that's going right through that area at a latitude. I felt incredible there. I recorded videos there. You can watch this video here. That's literally me in that energy, but I didn't know at the time that this was the parent I was on. This is why I like tracking this stuff, because I like going into experience not knowing what's happening and then experiencing it, collecting the data, and then sharing with you guys. I think of this as like my own form of astrojournalism. This is how cool traveling is when you also correspond it with your astrocartography map. But again, we're focusing on parents, which a lot of TikTok astrologers and Instagram influencers that talk about astrocartography, they don't talk on parents. But the thing is, parents are a big deal. They make or break a place. Parents are a big deal. They can make or break a place. And if you're not using them in your astrocartography trip planning, your travels, your relocation, you've got to use these parents, and you've got to pull them up, and you've got to see them at a latitude and measure the distance to know whether you're within orb or not. And I teach all about parents in this video, which you can watch, but again, I teach all of this way more in depth in my relocation astrology course, as well as my live course, the certification, which only opens twice a year. But if you do want to get on the wait list so that you can join the live calls for the next round in 25, definitely sign up to the wait list in the link down below in the description. This is fascinating. This is so interesting. I have a lot to think about. I mean, I was excited to pull this up, but I've just been kind of overwhelmed and like busy, you know, unpacking. My life's been kind of a mess with everything in boxes and styrofoam all over the apartment, but I am just so fascinated by this, and I'm gonna try to get this video edited and up to you today. So if you're watching this, let me know down below in the comments what you think of this video. Did you like this type of vlog? Should I keep documenting my travels with the astrocartography? Is this something you would like to see? I'm kind of in this weird pivot right now where I'm trying to decide, what do I want to keep doing going forward? Where do I want to spend more time putting my energy in, and what do I not? And a lot of my time is spent on my courses and teaching my students, as well as doing live workshops. And so that's something that I'm definitely going more in the direction of, but I will keep making videos here if it's something of interest to you and you want to keep seeing these videos. But other than that, you can always find me on the podcast too, Cosmic Compass, which you can subscribe down below. Wow, this is really fascinating. This is just crazy. This is so freaking crazy. This is like, I've been doing astrocartography for years, but I still have these moments where I'm like, whoa. I'm still always in awe of how astrocartography works. It's magical. So if you like this video, definitely hit the thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to keep seeing more videos from me. And wow. I will see you next time here on the channel. Have a magical day and happy astro travel.